Hello, you lovely souls. I'm halfway through doing a cup of tea, but I thought I would just get this done while I'm having a little bit of breakfast and my cup of tea before I get started and work. And today is video day, hence why I've done a little bit of my hair today, but I've quite clearly... Why am I like this? Why? I've just put this on. What have I lent in? For God's sake. Anyway, I'm filming today and I'm filming the new pathways that are going to be happening in Happy Me Project membership. So you might have heard me talking about different pathways that I'm creating in the membership. The idea of these is that it makes it easier when people join the membership to get the information that they need initially. The hope is that you will stay and have that support longer term. But initially, when you join the membership, there's going to be a reason why you're joining the membership. Be it is that you are lacking some confidence and self-belief and you're doubting yourself. Pathway number one. It is that you are feeling stuck and lost and unsure what the hell to do with your life. That would be path number two. And then path number three is focused on when we're feeling overwhelmed and exhausted and stressed out and anxious and we just feel like we're just spinning all the plates. And so I wanted to create these pathways that when you come in, you have that initial boost in that area, initial support. What can I do? How can I support myself? What is my plan of action? That's what I'm recording today. Actually, what will be like a little mini course that you will go into when you join the membership. I'm hoping that will help to eliminate any overwhelm when you join the membership, because it's now been running for 4 years, which means there's so much information. So much information means we just can feel a bit swamped, can't we? So I'm trying to find a way to segment things so when you join, we've already got that to an extent, but I just want to make it better. You know, we've got to grow and evolve, and that's what I'm doing today. House, however, looks like an actual hovel. By Thursday, this is when I'm recording this, by Thursday, my home, we can't keep on top of it. My brother-in-law, bless his heart, he takes my daughter to football, has been on a Thursday to sort of help me out because we got dancing and football, everything's going on in this house and it's a juggling act. He takes my daughter to football and he set my daughter as a challenge and it's on a Thursday, that they need to tidy the kitchen and tidy their bedrooms and they'll get a couple of quid off him for doing that, and which is very nice of him for doing that because they actually have taken note of that. I've put these things in place in the past, falls on deaf ears. Maybe it's the accountability of it being somebody else. But, today, I've not touched it because I know they're going to do it later, but that means that I'm filming around mess. It's annoying me, even if I made a lot of it, right? Not the point. Anyway, what else has been happening this week? So I'm filming today. I had a brilliant session this week at a fabulous accounting firm, and we did a workshop session, which was always supposed to be on confidence and self-belief. It still was a little bit, but sadly, they had a team member die the week before. So I believe in, as you probably know, I've experienced my own grief. I know how difficult that is, and everybody's journey with grief is their own. I believe in, talking about the person and not avoiding it, and there's always context matters. So for me to come in and go, let's all be confident, let's do these activities on confidence and be peppy and upbeat, when I'm very aware that there's a massive hole being left in their workplace of their beautiful team member who I met actually the year before. In fact, she won a prize off me for managing to take a photograph of me that wasn't hideous. I always set people the challenge when I'm doing a talk. Can you take a photograph of me while I'm moving around? And I'm more like animated. And if you can't, that's any good. Because normally when I go on social media after I've done an event, there'll just be loads of pictures of me like that. And I'm like, yay, there's me, doing my thing, looking like I'm gurning and just, yeah. So the lovely lady who sadly died took a great photograph of me. She won a prize. And she was a really wonderful person. And so for me to go there and not have any context to that would have made no sense. However, we found the balance, I think, of still being able to talk about confidence and self-belief. I'm just going to have a cup of tea, yes, cooling down. But also acknowledging their team member. And so, so I did that this week, which was lovely. Went into Birmingham. I did 2 things in Birmingham. What else was I in Birmingham for this week? The weeks are just, I don't know, what have I been doing? I've also, in my personal life, been helping my daughter with a transition she's going to be making into a new school. And that's a big deal. she's going to a fee-paying school, an independent school, and it sits in a weird place for me for a few reasons. One, it's expensive, right? I wish we didn't have to. I wish that the education system was suitable for different brain types and different types of kids. In fact, I wish it was suitable for any of our kids, quite frankly, and that's me on my soapbox and having my moan. But and thirdly, I don't actually agree. I don't agree with private schools. I don't agree that we should have to have that two-tier system for people. I think every child out there should have access to education that is brilliant, and it shouldn't be a case that we have to, find ways to pay for it to be any good. And that's not, please know, this is not an attack on teachers or anything like that. There are some incredible teachers out there. Incredible. They are very stretched. They are extremely underpaid, and there are too many children in each school, and it's just been an underfunding thing. But regardless of the reasons for that, right now the system isn't working, and my daughter is about to go next year into her GCSE year, and although I don't think school is the only way, right? I'm sure you will know that. My belief is there are many routes to get to where you need to be, whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you. You can change your mind, you can go back, you can start going to school now, you could be in your 40s, and that doesn't matter. So I'm not terrified that she won't pass an exam, and I'm like, that kind of parent. What I am worried about, though, is that over the years she's been in secondary school, I have watched her confidence be eroded around education, less curious, less believes in herself less. And if you were to meet my daughter, you would see she's a very articulate, confident, beautiful person. Of course, I'm biased, but it's also that when she goes to school, that isn't reflected. She gets a lot of negativity, and it's very frustrating. And we've now got to the point where it's just not manageable. So we have been doing school uniform try-ons, and the uniform's very funny. It's very funny. I didn't go to a private school, right? I went to a normal school, so I am going to take the piss out of her. She knows that. It's already happened. And so we've been working on that and trying to get her prepped for that, because it's going to be really soon. So it's there's a lot of movement there, and there's a lot of emotion around that, and all of the stuff. So that's also been happening this week. I've also had my group coaching in my membership. So we do a monthly group coaching. We do daily live sessions in the membership, which are our drop-in sessions. And then we do a monthly deeper dive into a topic. And this month we talked about resilience. So the session, the masterclass, was called From Showers to Sunshine. And it was all different ways that we can build our levels of resilience. My phone died. Why am I like this? Why? Just charge your phone, girl. Anyway, what else has been happening is some really exciting news, in that I have now created the ability for businesses, workspaces to be able to bulk buy, that's not the word I'm looking for. Essentially, it is all my Happy Me project membership will be open to businesses now as well, so that a business can come in, or someone from HR or manager, whatever, and they can go, right, we would like to invest in our team, and we would like them to have access to the Happy Me project membership. And prior to that hasn't really been easily done, but we now have the ability to be able to do that. So I haven't officially launched it. In fact, you're the first space that I've spoken to, first people that I've spoken to about this. Why is my mouth not working today? It's not going to help me later when I'm recording. I'm excited because it just means that we can bring in people on in a bigger way, and support people in the workspace, and support managers and business owners in helping their team with their well-being. I can take that off you. I can be the workforce whisperer and help them to support them with their well-being. So that's really exciting. Last thing that's happened this week is that, and I keep looking outside because we have a fox. We have gained a fox in my garden, and I'm worried about the fox because I think the fox has a sore leg. And yesterday I looked outside and it's just chilling in the sun, like loving life. I've got fake grass and it gets really warm. He's just loving life. And then I thought, oh, he's gone. He's just popped in. And then he came back last night. And now I'm worried that he's died behind my office. What if he's died? what will I do? So I'm going to get him some food if I can, because I'm worried he's injured. And also that I don't want to fight the fox. I'm scared of him a little bit, but I don't want him to die. So that's it's taken up a lot of space in my mind. I learned a lot about foxes last night. And for those of you that are in the country, you're probably like, oh, honey. Or those of you that live in London that seem to see them way more than I've seen them in Coventry. But I've not seen them kicking about. Not in the day, that's for sure. Just chilling, looking at me like, and what? And what's also funny is that my younger sister tells me that I look like a fox. And not as a compliment. Not like, oh, you look foxy. Like, nothing like that. Like, you actually look like a fox. And I'm not even, like, I kind of can see it. Like, if it was my, like, a fox is probably my animal. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, what a weird note to finish on. But this week has been lovely. My house is a mess, as always. Doing my best, as always. Always on creating something. Always on a catch-up. The Happy Me project is bloody wonderful. We're now expanding it into the workplace. I got to hang out in somebody else's workplace and talk to them about well-being and all the things that I love. What's not to like? Also, I just ate Angel Delight for my breakfast. Don't tell me off. I know it's not a good breakfast. I'm going to eat something else, okay? All right, I'll speak to you all next week. Peace.